guys, welcome back. It's time for March favorites, and I know that we're well into April already, but the Easter holiday and my birthday on April 7th kind of got me way off schedule. So I'm a little late, but hey, right? So a lot of the things that I have that I'm going to tell you today are new favorites. They are new things that I found that I am really glad that I added to my collection, or that I pulled back out of my collection that kind of got shoved to the back or something like that in March. So again, I'm just going to go in order of the way that I put these products on my face. So the first thing is the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. If you have oily skin at all, this is a holy grail drugstore primer. It is very inexpensive. It is a little bit tacky when you put it on, so you kind of have to blend it in really fast, but it does a great job of keeping you oil-free all day long. So a super fantastic buy. Another great drugstore find that I came across in March, I think is my new holy grail drugstore foundation, is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. It says that it is a demi-matte foundation. It absolutely is. I love the look that it gives. I have this in 103 Natural Buff, and then I have the powder in I think it was 200 Light. I've pulled the sticker off. But these are absolutely fantastic, and every day that I wear them, I am just really impressed with the quality of the foundation. Like I said, I think it is my new holy grail drugstore foundation. A new concealer that I found at the drugstore in March. It really isn't actually a concealer. It says it's a shine-free foundation. It's from the Maybelline Fit Me line, and this is just a stick concealer, and it has a lighter color in the center and then a darker color around the outside. This is a great concealer. It is so easy to apply, so easy to blend in. You can even blend it in with your finger instead of using a brush, and it looks great. I always use a brush really just for sanitary reasons. I try not to use my fingers on my face very much at all because I think I pull too much. But I have this in the color 120 Classic Ivory. Fantastic drugstore find. Another great drugstore find, I'm sure this has been out for a while. I had never picked it up before, but it is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer, and I have this in Ticket to Brazil. I mean, for one thing, this is a massively huge bronzer. I mean, it is bigger than the palm of my hand, and I think it was $4. So you just really can't beat Wet n Wild prices, and they have some of the best products out there. This is a really fantastic bronzer. I'm using it a lot for contour right now, and as the summer months get warmer, I'm sure I will use this as an all-over as well. It does have an SPF of 15 in it too, so that is really great. For blushes, I've really been using two main blushes this month, and it really just kind of depends which one I grab in the morning. I like them equally. One is another Wet n Wild product, which is their blush in Mellow Wine. This is an absolutely beautiful blush, and you can see it's just gorgeous. And this is so pigmented. You just need a tiny little bit, and they're $2. The Wet n Wild blushes are fantastic. I think I have all three colors that are out right now, and I love all three of them. They're just fantastic. The other one that I've been using is one that I got in a subscription box, and this is by Model Co., and it is in the color Peach Bellini. And this is a really fantastic color too. It has a hint of shimmer to it. It actually looks a lot more shimmery in the swatch on my finger than it does on my face, but when I'm wearing a matte foundation and a matte bronzer, it just kind of gives that just a little bit of a perk up glow look to my face, and I absolutely love it. Loving the colors. I think they're fantastic for spring. New highlighter that I have found this month that I didn't really think that I would like because of the formula, and that is by Chella or Shella, I'm not sure how you say it, but it's the Ivory Lace Highlighter. And this is really just a very light ivory color, and then what I do is I draw sort of a V here, and then some lines here down my nose, and I put a little bit here, and I take my e.l.f. stipple brush and I just blend it in, and you can see that it doesn't take much work and it just blends in beautifully. It's a subtle highlight. It doesn't have a whole lot of shimmer to it, a whole lot of glow, but it's just enough to give you that awake, fresh look. It is what I have on my face right now. I absolutely love it, and I didn't think that I would because it's a pencil, and I thought it would be a lot creamier than it is, and I'm not usually a fan of cream highlighters, especially this time of year because my skin does start to get quite a bit oilier, and so cream highlighters usually just end up kind of making me feel oily. This is not like that at all. It's very soft, it blends in beautifully, and I'm absolutely in love with it. Let's see, for eyes, I've really been sticking almost exclusively to my Maybelline Color Tattoo in Inked in Pink for my primer because I've been wearing a lot of pinks and purples. In March, I am so ready for the beautiful warm spring weather, and so I've been pulling out all of my spring colors, and I just really love this for a base. And these are fantastic. Any color that I've tried of the Color Tattoos, with the exception of a couple of the leather ones, but any of the regular line that I've tried, they are absolutely fantastic. This one and Too Cool are my favorites, and I will have them in my collection for as long as they make them. And they're not very expensive. I think they're $6 or $7. For eyeshadow, I've really been trying to get back into using some more of my drugstore things and not being just a complete eyeshadow snob. And so another Wet n Wild, I've been using this Petal Pusher palette a lot. Again, like the blushes, this is very cheap. I think this was $5 or $6 for this 8-color palette. And all of the colors are just really, really fantastic. I'll show you. You get so much pigmentation from these colors. I mean, that's just a light swipe with my fingers. And they last a very, very long time. This palette, not all of the Wet n Wild palettes, because some of the formulations are a little bit different, but this palette it rivals high-end eyeshadows. I am absolutely in love with it, and I find myself pulling it out more and more, even though it's very cheap. So that makes it a little bit more fun to play with, I think, because you don't have to worry about messing up as much. The other palette that I've been pulling out is my Kat Von D Chrysalis palette, which was last spring's palette, but I absolutely adore these colors, especially all the pinks that are in here. That is what I have on my eyes right now, but I absolutely adore this palette. I pull it out all the time. I did kind of put it away for the winter and forgot about it a little bit, but now that it's spring, I've been wanting these pinks and these bright blues, and you can just do so many looks with this palette. I absolutely love it, and again, the color payoff is just absolutely magnificent, as Kat Von D shadows always are. For my eyebrows, I have still been using this Brow Stylist Sculptor from L'Oreal. It is still around. This is the same one. And it does take a little bit of getting used to because it's a pencil. If you're used to using a powder, you do need to use a little bit of a lighter hand. I do like the fact that it has wax on the other side, which I don't use quite as often because my eyebrows are fairly tame for the most part, but if I'm having an unruly day, then it's there. And it also has a little brush on it, so it's great to throw in my bag and have with me in case I need to touch up during the day or anything like that. If I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to sweat, your eyebrows kind of tend to come off sometimes. But this is absolutely fantastic. For $12, it has lasted me forever. And if you do it just right, which is what I have on my eyebrows right now, which I don't know how well you can see because of my bangs, it is what I have on my eyebrows right now, it really looks fantastic. Another new find this month was something that I got in a subscription box, and I think that this might be a Holy Grail tightline. You guys know I've been looking for a Holy Grail tightline, and I think this might be it. This is by Cativa, and it is a waterproof eye pencil, one of those automatic eye pencils, you know, where you can just roll it up like this. But this is fantastic. It goes on so smoothly. It stays on all day. It doesn't move anywhere. But I also don't have a really hard time getting it off when I wash my makeup off with soap at the end of the day, or if I use an eye makeup remover. Now, if I'm just trying to use water to get my makeup off, it ain't coming off. But neither is a lot of my other makeup, so I always use some type of makeup remover. But I am absolutely in love with this pencil, and I am so glad that I got it. For my upper lash line, I've mostly been using this month this Saint eyeliner from Kat Von D in Trooper. It's a little bit thicker than the inked liner, so it gives me a little bit thicker of a line, but it is a very flexible tip and it comes to a small point, so I can get a very beautiful line. I believe I got this in a set from TJ Maxx, so if you have a TJ Maxx around you, you should go and check, because I found several Kat Von D things there that I just absolutely have ended up loving. Let's see, what else? Lipstick. The lipstick that I have on has been a favorite. I bought this last year. They still have it. It is the Maybelline, I think this is Maybelline, yes, Maybelline Color Sensational Vivids, the ones in the purple, and this is in 430 Magnificent Mauve. This is an absolute favorite, and I just keep going back to it and back to it and back to it. It hasn't left my purse since I got it, because it seems like I like to wear those pinks and purples and the cool colors, and anytime that I can't decide on what lipstick to wear, this is it. This goes with just about every look that I do, and I absolutely love it, and I will purchase another one when I run out of that. For nail polish, I have actually started repainting my nails again. This one is almost grown out. I can at least get polish on it, and it doesn't look too terrible if you're far away. So I have started painting my nails again because I just couldn't stand it. So there are two nail polishes that I have absolutely loved this month. They're very, very similar in color. One is the OPI's Anti-Bleak, and it's from the Mariah Carey collection. I absolutely adore this color. It's a very purpley, I'm loving it for spring, but it's still a dark color like I like. The other one is from Madame Glam, and it is what I have on right now, and that is the color Kiss and Tell. I really love this brand. It goes on smoothly, it stays on seemingly like forever, and I am just absolutely in love with this color. I know it's very similar to the other one, but this one is a little bit pinkier and the other one's a little bit purplier. So there you have it. Really kind of staying in the same color family there. And really the last favorite that I have is a new purse that I got, and this is, I found this at Dillard's, and it is by Kate Landry, who I had never heard of, but I was walking by not to buy a purse. I was looking for something completely different, and I saw this purse and I just could not resist. If you're on my Instagram at dishwaterdreams, you've seen this already, but I absolutely love it. It's got a really sort of nice big inside, and then it has two zipper pockets on the outside as well, and then it's got a zipper pocket inside and then just like a little kind of open pocket here, but I am absolutely loving it. It is a really actually good size purse for me. It's not too big, it's not too small. I can fit my medicine, my wallet, my makeup bag with all of the stuff that I carry, and then I still have room to slide a paper bag in the top, like a trade paperback size. I couldn't put a big paper bag size in it, or I can slide my iPad mini in there, and it's fantastic. So something that you might want to check out is to see what else that Kate Landry has. So those are all of my March favorites. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment below and let me know how your March was. I hope that you all had a really fantastic Easter, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.